Hi, Brooke from Hahu Organics. Today I'm here to talk to you about pests. When you grow vegetables, it's sometimes inevitable to avoid pests all in all. And in the Nordic system, there are so many ways you can control pests. And this is my lettuce bed and a spinach. So it was harvested last week, and it has come back again very nicely, especially the spinaches. But if you see on the lettuce bed, there were some eaten, totally eaten, devoured by slugs. And the reason was that this space was not covered like this, and it was not covered like this, and there was a lot of grass, and there was access from the slugs. So one way of controlling slugs is avoiding their habitat and trying to remove their habitat. So and sometimes damage happens. When damage happens, another measure is to have extra seedlings always lingering around so that you can replace the ones eaten. So I have a few extra seedlings, so I'll fill this space, and I'll talk to you about more pests around this area. But this is the way to control slugs. Try to avoid the any habitat for them to harbor and to reproduce. Okay. Okay, similarly, another very common pest that you'd find in a garden is the carrot root fly. So the carrot root fly is a type of fly which lays its egg just under the stem of the carrot, and the maggot, when it hatches, goes through the root itself and devour your carrot. So it can cause a lot of damage, and it's really devastating because the seedlings are the ones we just wait for. And because because I saw them directly, I feel very nervous about them. I don't know if they germinated, and if they germinate, I want them to be healthy. And once the carrot root fly senses their smell, and then it will lay its egg near them. So there are so many ways you can. One of the reliable way is to use a mesh like this, and also when you do your thinning, you thin maybe later at night, so that the smell wouldn't attract the flies. The other thing is you can plant some very strong some plant with very strong odor, like garlic chives. It can be garlic chives near your things, or chives, or parsley and all that near your carrot, so that the smell would distract the carrot root fly towards the other one, or they wouldn't detect the smell of the carrot. So apparently this is the best method, and I have covered it now. The fleece was over. You can see them. The germination is very good, and I am gonna do some thinning. It's sown very thickly. Still there's a gap in between them, but I need to pull out the weakest ones or the smallest ones, so that I have a good bumper crop. And that's it. So this will remain on the carrots as long as they are here. Okay, the other pest which did cause me a lot of damage this time is a cabbage root fly. You can see this was all the brassica families. I have broccolis here, and cabbage at the back, and all of them, like most of them, are showing the symptom of dying, and then they just drying out. And that's the reason is the cabbage root fly. It's not only for cabbage, but it's for all other brassicas. And what happens is, just like the carrot root fly, it lays its egg at the base of the stem, and from there the larvae that's hatched just digs through the stem of the plant and just kills it all. You can see this is a type of radish which is just devoured, and I can pull one and show you now. This one is just dying, and you can see it is all eaten up, and it's kind of seasonal sometimes. They are very severe during planting in April time, but this is probably my neglect and not looking after properly, or putting the proper what you got measures to protect the crop. But I didn't expect them to be this vicious. They're affecting the kale as well, and they're affecting some of the radishes as well, and I see that it's just was a big damage. But still, again, I have lots of seedlings to replace all the ones that died. There's a time wasted a little bit, but still we're going to get produce at the end of the season anyway. And when one of the methods to stop them is using some kind of a carpet, or some kind of it can be a cardboard as well, just so that to protect to keep the flies from laying their egg under the stem. So for example, this is a cabbage seedling I have. I can split it nicely. This will come back very nicely. I'm very sure of it, but it's the time wasted while waiting for the crop, because you can see how strong they were and how big they were getting, and now we're back to square one. So we'll just see what happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make one incision up to the middle, and maybe just a little bit in the middle, and then just plant it out like that, and I'll use some things to keep. So this will keep protect the fly from it laying its eggs just near the soil surface, near the stem, so that the maggots wouldn't affect the crop now. So I'll do that on all the ones that I have lost, and I'll see what happens from there. There might also be other pests. So as they come, I'll try to show you. There are birds causing damage sometimes, and the main thing is, as we go into the season, if we have very healthy springtime, and if you have looked after your plants in the springtime, then summertime with the heat and with the worms, then the growth is higher, and you wouldn't even notice if there is a pest damage sometimes, unless it is very severe. So yes, let me know if there are any pests that you worry about and that affect your crops, and let's have a chat about it and see if there are any solutions, or for the ones I just mentioned here, if you have any other ideas or techniques you have used before, please share it with me, and let's just keep this conversation going. Thank you.